Hey guys, we're back in the kitchen today and we are making lemonade kombucha, and I have some already made up here. I use a pop top lid. You can get these, Walmart has them. I got this one at Home Goods or TJ Maxx. I have several of them, and what makes it nice is this, what we're gonna make, the lemonade kombucha, develops fizz. So this keeps the fizz in, and you can release the bubbles every now and then as you're in the fermentation process. So if you don't know what kombucha is, or if you haven't had it yet, you should try it. It's very gut healthy. It is a drink that is filled with good cultures for your gut and your body and your immune system. Most of the store-bought kombuchas are loaded with sugar, so that's why I prefer to make my own, and you should too. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is. What we're doing is lacto fermentation. We're going to use whey, and I'm going to show you how to collect whey. We're going to get whey from our, what you're going to need for this is some whole milk, plain yogurt, and not the Greek kind, because when we do this process and I show you how to collect the whey, we're going to filter the whey off. And the whey is usually that liquid that you see floating on the top of your yogurt, and a lot of people pour that off. You shouldn't. It's loaded with good cultures and it's loaded with protein, so you should just mix it right back in because it's so good for you. So I'm going to show you that I'm going to pour off some of the whey into my cheesecloth, and that's the other thing that you're going to need. You're going to need, Walmart has these. They're very inexpensive and they're handy to have around. So I've dampened my cheesecloth with filtered water. I've squeezed it out where there's no water left in it. I've put it over a mesh strainer and over a bowl. And so if you can see it right here, that's kind of the contraption that I've got. And we're gonna filter that either all day or overnight in the fridge. So, as I said, I've poured some of the whey off already. Don't ever pour it off your yogurt. It's so good for you. Mix it back in. So what you're left with, the yogurt part, once the whey is strained off, you are left with Greek yogurt. That's what Greek yogurt is. So what we're doing is we're gonna use the whey. You're gonna be left with Greek yogurt, but we're gonna use the whey for our culture to do our lacto fermentation process. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm going to put the entire container of yogurt in here because I wanna be left with quite a bit of whey, because you can also use that whey in your bread baking process, and we can eat the Greek yogurt. You can use whey in your smoothies when you want to make your smoothies. You don't have to buy that powdered stuff. You can get your own whey just from straining this. And this is kind of like the process of making that ricotta and being left with the whey, if you caught our homemade ricotta video. So I've got my Greek yogurt here. I'm going to be careful how I hold it. I'm going to cover it lightly with a damp paper towel. I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight or either all day, like when I get home from work today. I'm going to have my leftover whey, and I'm going to be able to finish my process of lacto fermentation with the kombucha. So what you need is a good bunch of lemons, like probably a whole bag of lemons, and we're gonna juice those. And you won't need sugar, set aside sugar, and you need the lemons, and you need filtered water. So we'll be back to finish this process after our whey is strained off. Okay guys, we're back here on another day. We've allowed our yogurt to have the whey strained down, filtered down. So I'm gonna show you what I'm left with, and I've pulled this out of my fridge. It sat overnight and all day yesterday. So I've got what is Greek yogurt left in my cheesecloth. So what I'm going to do with that is put it back in my whole milk plain yogurt container. And I'm just going to let you see just how thick that is, how luxurious and rich. That's loaded with protein, and you have the whey to be able to do your kombucha. So, that is so thick and good. I'm going to set it aside so that I can put it back in my container and put it back into my fridge. And I just want you to see just how much whey is strained off from the yogurt. And this is so rich with good cultures. These friendly cultures are going to work to reduce the amount of sugar in our lemonade kombucha. And you want that, because that's what's happening when you buy the store-bought, is that it's loaded with sugar and it's really unhealthy for your gut, even though they say it's good for your gut. So I've already juiced a whole bag of lemons, and I just juiced them with this, which keeps the seed out. I kind of like the pulp in my lemon juice for the kombucha. And so what you want is 3/4 a cup of fresh lemon juice. Don't use store-bought. I'm gonna pour it into here. We've got that ready. When you're juicing these lemons, if they're really fresh lemons and they haven't set, mine were pretty ripe because I tend to buy produce and leave it in my fridge, you can roll your hand on it like that, especially a lime, and it's gonna juice a little bit better for you in the press. And they have, this is a lemon one. I have one for a lime as well, because I use quite a bit of citrus fruit. So now we want, let me look my way. We want a 1/2 cup of whey. So I'm gonna pour that into here. There we go. And see, I can make several bottles just out of that container of whole milk, full fat yogurt. So I'm left with a good bit of whey, and you can see what it looks like. It's kind of a clear, milky liquid. So I'm gonna pour that whey into there, and that's our culture that's gonna brew and make natural carbonation, and it's good for our gut. And then I'm gonna use 1/3 cup of cane sugar, and I don't use white refined sugar, so I go and buy turbinado sugar or cane sugar, and I've got 1/3 cup. I'm gonna mix that into there. I'm gonna stir it up a bit. To let it dissolve. And then you need 8 cups of filtered water. And I have reverse osmosis at my tap. I'm gonna use this today to make it easy for the video. So I've got a 2-cup measure. There's 2 cups. Okay, so I've stopped the video because my bowl wasn't quite big enough and it didn't pour all that well. So I'm gonna finish up and explain to you what I did. I got my 1/3 cup cane sugar, 3/4 cup of lemon juice, and my 1/2 cup of whey, and my 8 cups of filtered water. So it took up 2 full bottles of this to fill it up, and I've got just a tiny bit left. So I've poured it into here. I poured a bulk of my kombucha mix into the bottle, and I've capped it. Now you can keep this for up to 2 weeks. Hopefully you're gonna drink it as you're going, but you can just release a little bit of pressure. Like right now, you didn't hear that pressure like you did at the beginning of my video. So put your cap on, seal it, and every so often as you drink it, you're releasing a little bit of the pressure. And I left space in the bottle for it to build carbonation to expand. Okay, so I used a filter and I'm gonna pour my liquid down in the second bottle. As you can see, it makes a lot. So you're gonna have a good amount to use, and you can do any version of this. You can do a lime version of this. You can do, I've got a little tiny seed. You might wanna strain your lemon juice. It tends to not bother me, but you can do a lemon lime. You can do a lime. You can add other juices. You know, you can press some raspberries or blackberries, strawberries, smash them up. Okay, I'm gonna leave space in my bottle to allow a little bit of oxygen and the carbonation can form. So I'm gonna close that off. I'm gonna use a ball jar for the amount that's left because I've only got 2 of these pop top bottles. I'm gonna seal that up, put it in the refrigerator, and keep it and drink it for up to 2 weeks. All right, enjoy, give this a try.